you can't handle the heat.
Booyakasha! Welcome back to another episode of If You Can't Handle the Heat. It's your boy G Swizz, joined by Local Joe. Local Joe, how we doing, broski?
Awesome. It's volleyball central in my apartment tonight. Got all the games. NCAA, Sweet 16 for the women. Got professional games. Uncle Pat playing Blue Bay tonight. So all volleyed out, baby. Volleyball.
A lot of big games tonight. Well, I guess midday for other people. But we're also joined here by a special guest, just reoccurring host, the frat president, the frat god himself, Frat Myers, a.k.a. Jake McSlunked, a.k.a. Jakey McSpanky. Jake, how we doing, man?
Doing good, man. I don't know about all that frat president stuff, but I'm doing good.
Bro, you told us this summer you're the frat president.
That is so not true.
You said that you were performing a coup on the fraternity life.
I don't know about that.
How's the plan coming along?
It's going great. Our president's literally right over there. We can grab him, see what he's got to say.
Just come back and then it's yourself, just with a hat on. I'm right here. Can you please get the manager? Yeah.
All right,
I am the manager.
All right, I'm the president again. All right, what's the business here today?
All right, well, like Joe said, there's a lot of volleyball going on. If you haven't checked out our latest videos, go check out our latest videos. We've been predicting. We did the round of 64, and then yesterday we did the round of 16, or 2 days ago we did the round of 16, and then every week we're going to be going live on YouTube, announcing our picks or whatever. So far today, well, first off, I want to kind of start off with our beautiful sponsors here for Manscaped. As I say before, it's that time of season, boys. It's tis the season to perform. The dads can't stop talking about it. The teens secretly want to buy this, and the women will love it. Let's talk about these Manscaped stocking stuffers. Number 1, the Manscaped 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner just launched. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Number 2, the Manscaped Cologne Infused Body Wash. Number 3, Shears 2.0 Luxury 4-piece Nail Kit. 4, Crop Mops Ball Wipes for your stinky balls, or stanky balls. Number 5, Manscaped Signature Cologne. These formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, salute-free, paraben-free, so you know their products are legit. Make sure you hurry to their site to ensure these wild gifts show up before the holiday season. And while you're at it, get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with Joe. Hit him with the code.
Volleyballs, all capital letters, as always. Use it. A ton of people have used it. Ton of people.
Oh, yeah.
People tell me all the time they're using it.
For their stanky balls. Whether this is for your partner, dad, brother, friend, get something that they will actually use, and it's almost sure to get a laugh. Alrighty. Well, like Joe said, there's been a lot of games going on. First things first, Purdue is in. Called that kind of a what's it called? Can't come back from BYU. Like I said, when BYU's just not at home, they're just not the same. What can I say?
Go Utes.
Go Utes. Even though BYU.
Purdue pulled the inner Utah strength, even though Utah lost to them last week. But anyways, go Utes.
And Purdue's raw, but that in Utah's not, so it's whatever. All right, did that guy get the sign up though? The guy with the volleyballs Manscaped sign? That was the Purdue game, right? The guy did he get it?
No,
up?
it was the Purdue game or the
Wasn't
Texas game. Said he's gonna go hold a Manscaped with our promo code up at the game. We gotta
That's
check.
pretty legendary.
I think it was Purdue. Not completely sure, but I think it was Purdue.
We were not made aware. There has been no DMs or anything that happened. So, unfortunate.
That's true.
That would have been sweet though.
I feel like we can get someone at the final, like a Jake at the Final Four, just holding up a Manscaped. Yeah, getting people crazy. People they just say volleyballs. Use promo code volleyballs. People are like, what the is going on here? They have no idea.
Yeah, all the rowdy college students just nuts. Because, if Ohio State's in the Final Four, which they could be, and Ohio State's still going to be in school that week, so all those students would be going crazy. And I think a lot of them have Manscaped. I'm not going to lie.
That's true. Hey, fat shout out, Jake. Again, you could get the chance of a lifetime. If you have the volleyball sign, Jake will come to your house with the Lawnmower 4.0 and ball deodorant and give you a full manscaping. Anyways, Joe, let's kick it off here. I know you had a hot topic for us here. Let's kick it off. What we're gonna talk about.
Dude,
here.
I had to bring up because recently we've been in practices. We've been split up and working with different pepper partners and 2v2 partners, and I want to talk about the proper etiquette for peppering I think I think there's a certain etiquette when peppering with one of your partners, and it starts with this. This is my number one rule: only give out what you can defend. There's so many opposites and middles that blast ball. I'm like, you like, for me as a setter, like, I'll pick up a decent amount of those balls. But if you give it to me, you better be able to take it back and be able to play. Like, but that's one of the most annoying things for me. Like, you better be able. It's the golden rule, just like the golden rule. I don't know if there's any special rules that you have, but that drives me nuts. Also, when you get super close, just learn how to, like, if somebody tries to, like, control the ball, like, roll it in, they miss, I'm like, all right, totally fine when they, like, come up to you. But if they, like, just have no, like, spatial awareness, that frustrates the hell out of me. I don't know. I had to bring this up because I see this. There's so many issues with this. I'm like, bro, you just gotta feel it out. You gotta have a feel for the pepper session. Every pepper session's different.
Dude, I feel like a lot of time the middles and right sides don't have any control. This is what happens with a lot of, like, lower level, like, players or players that just don't have, like, a lot of ball control. They only have power. Is that they, like I said, they don't have that roll shot to them. So all they can do is they can only control it when they just rip the crap out of it. And I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? They're like 5 feet away from me, and they're just, like, blasting at my face. I get you, dude. That's another thing. I mean,
dude, for me, what I hate about peppering is when people try to do tempo setting and they're just chucking the ball at you when you're trying to hit, and then you don't do good hits. Because I'm just like, dude, I'm not a hitter. I don't have very much control. So stop chucking these sets at me like I'm going to freaking bang it back at you. I'm like, dude. And then they're like, dude, you just can't hit it at me. And I'm like, dude, give me a nice little high set, and I'm going to hit it right at you. But you're throwing it at me. And I'm like, dude, well, like, how am I? I'm basically trying to block it, but hit it back at them at the same time. I'm just like, all right, guys, like, come on.
Bro, the other thing is you just put it at them, and in general, like, people will be able to play the ball up. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like I'm kind of like repeating myself, but just be able to put the ball in the general area, and if it is, then that's all I ask for. That's all we ask for is pepper partners.
I think that's also a very good rule for those listening. If you're trying, maybe even if you are at the highest level or a high level, and if you're not at the high level, realize that people always ask us, oh, what can I do to get better ball control? What can I do to do better this? It starts with the small things. Like, I'm working on stuff, and I'm making sure my touches in pepper are, like, as perfect as they can be. That's one thing I never realized until I got pros. Like, even on the dive crazy plays, every time you touch the ball, it's not like, oh, throw it up in the air. It has to have a purpose. And as you get to a higher level, you'll notice that. So even when you're peppering, like, yeah, like, let's say you just first get in the gym and you're just trying to get loose, and it might be not the best. But, like, as you get into it, like, again, for those listening, if you're trying to get better touch and better ball control all the way around, it starts with peppering and starts with, like, the beginning touches. And this is coming from a guy who never used to take practice seriously, sucked at practice, didn't care about practice. Now it's like it's such a high stress environment, and just a very, very crucial thing now for me. I don't know how you feel about it, Joe and Jake.
The other thing about controlling the ball is also controlling the ball is not jacking the ball to the ceiling. First of all, setters hate when you do that. When you're peppering the part, your partner hates when you do that. Like, having to set a ball that's jacked to, like, the roof is never fun, and it just throws off the rhythm of everything. And it's not, you don't have any control over that. Being able to do that doesn't, like, mean that you have ball control. So controlling the ball at a good height and stuff like that's also part of being able to have ball control. Not just, like, the target aspect, but the height of the ball, the tempo, the pace, like, all of that is super important. As you get at a higher level, you watch Eric Shoji, his reception, and Gage, of course. But Eric Shoji does this at a really high level. It's like, if you watch him pass balls, the trajectory is like the most perfect ball to set all the time. There's never a ball that's just, like, I mean, every once in a while you'll get a ball, but it's majority of the time, high percentage of the ball. It's just perfect trajectory. Everything's in rhythm. The hitters are in rhythm with their approach. Like that, people don't talk about that enough, I feel like. And so being able to do that in a pepper session too is super important. Being able to, like, keep the rhythm of it, not just, like, I don't know. That's why I'm always with the other setter, and our pepper sessions are the best on our team. Hands, it's not even close. Like, he and I, because setters are just really good at everything. What can I say? But, yeah, I don't know. I had to bring that up. I had that in my notes for some reason for a couple weeks, actually. I forgot to bring it up a couple times, but I had to bring that up.
I remember you talking about this summer about how people, like, when they're receiving tall spins, just do, like, thing where they lean back and go straight up. And I didn't really realize that as much until I started playing more this fall, and I see people do that, and I'm just like, dude, like I'm like, I don't double very often, but on those I'll double way more often. And then I was thinking about it, like playing back home, like in the pack rim gym with the low roofs, you literally can't do that.
Yeah.
So, like
No.
I haven't even that much exposure to that anyway. So it was just weird. Just in the back of my head, I'm like, dude, Joe's literally telling me about this summer.
Dude, John Sprahan and a lot of people who came and watched our team train when we were in club and see, like, the gym we practice in is literally a box. Like, there's around the sides, it's really small. So you have to have super, super good ball control if you want to be able to, like, play volleyball in that gym. And so, like, you see it, though, like, all the guys who came out of there, like, just are able to control balls in, like, smaller space at such a high level. And you hear like the national team talk about it. You hear just like college coaches talk about like the guys that came from our program and stuff. Just the difference, and they actually reference the gym all the time. They're like,
Yeah,
"Remember
like, I was like
box?"
Sealy, Mike Sealy at UCLA. He was like one of my best friends plays at UCLA, and she was like telling me like how Sealy was talking to them about this team that like was like smaller than a lot of people, but they were just ran a faster offense and they had better ball control. And then in her mind, I'm like, dude, it's pack rim. I was like, damn, that's kind of
She's talking
Wait.
about club team. Yeah,
about.
dude. Yeah, the whole UCLA staff
I
came
know.
out to our practice a couple times.
Yeah,
They
he
came and
was like
watched.
talking about you and Micah. Yeah, because he was just like
Really?
talking to all these girls about it, like it was like no big deal, and all, and yeah, like during practice, and then it was Audrey Pack, and Audrey's like, all right, yeah, I know these guys, like I've played in that gym.
Wow, that's so cool that he mentioned me. That's so sick. Wow. Thanks, Mike.
Like Gage, the janitor.
All right, to give a like for those of
Nick
you
and
who
Joe.
haven't, I don't think I have a picture on my. I don't think I can pull up a picture here on my camera roll or anything like that. But literally, so it's short court. So one way you can serve, you have about I think I counted one time, it was like 8 or 9 boxes. So we can only serve from one way, and on the other end, the receiving end or the other end of the court, you have not even one full box. And that like so you can only serve on one side. You have about 3 to 4. When I say box, I mean short court squares, and you have like 3 to 4 on one side and 3 to 4 on the other side, and that's basically the ball control area. And there's a net right there. It used to be a wall, but then there's a net, and literally if you're middle back, you're like playing with your butt against a cement wall. So and as I analyze my because like I said, I mean I've been looking at a lot of what am I doing like now, because like I said, I'm taking stuff more seriously when it comes to my touches and stuff. Like I realized like how much that the gym shaped you and like and shaped me, I guess. You know, like my tendencies. For example, I never pass high. In fact, sometimes I pass too low, but it's always like very, very quick. Like I'm never and you were forced to always start like super deep on service receive, and that's something that I've noticed as well about why I do that.
The one negative effect it's had is I think it took some of us a little longer to be able to like perfect like high ball setting.
Yeah.
Once we got
Yeah.
to college, dude, because people are like high ball, and we still set like the same kind of tempo. And they're like, no, that's not high. I'm like, bro, just freaking go fast and go bang the ball, bro. Stop freaking complaining about stuff. That's the other thing that I hate. It drives me nuts. When hitters like complain about stuff, I'm like, bro, just get your feet to the ball. Like, there's always a solution for every single ball. Like that's why like this summer, like Gage and Micah, go watch Grass All from this summer. You watch Gage and Micah, and they're so good at being able to like every single set they have a solution. Like they're able to have a solution for it. Whether it's playing the block, there's so many different like ways to do stuff, and some guys just you need to expand your horizon. That's what peppering does. 2v2 games, all these small games, you need to be able to do that. So I don't know. I brought that up. We talked about something funny today too, Gage. I don't know if anybody knows, I hate mayonnaise, however you pronounce it. I just say
Mayo,
mayo.
mayonnaise.
I cannot stand mayo. This is totally on another direction of topics, but I can't stand it. I think it's the most disgusting thing ever. And I think today, Bobby Wagner, linebacker for the Seahawks, there was something I saw. He's just talking about how he hates mayo. I'm like, bro, that's freaking my guy. Even though I hate the Seahawks, like he and I connect on a spiritual level because I hate mayo. And this summer, on our tour, every single time I even thought there might be mayo, I'm like, no mayo. And then there's sometimes like, oh no, there's no mayo on this. I'm like, there better not be. I swear. and we went to Jimmy John's. No, I sent the guy. We were at Nationals in Kansas City.
Dude,
You guys, you tell the story, Jake. You have the best.
Me and Gage go to Jimmy John's. It's super hot. We walk over there. I'm complaining because I'm hungry, and it's like a far walk. And
It wasn't that far. It was not.
oh no,
that
we
far.
went to that protein house first, and it was closed. So then we went to Jimmy John's.
Yeah, well, beforehand, Joe had got a Jimmy John's sub, right, the day before because, he got a Jimmy John's sub, and he said no mayo, and they put a bunch of mayo on it, and the next day, we're like, okay, we got to go at lunch, we got to go to the protein house, because we don't want to get Joe's mayo, even though we tell him no mayo, so we go to the protein house, and that was closed, and then we walked to Jimmy John's. Now you can continue.
Yeah, but so we're there, and I tell the person, I'm like, no mayo, no mayo. We finally get the sandwiches. I'm like, Gage, dude, we gotta check if there's mayo on this because I don't want to go Joe if there's mayo on the sandwich.
Dude, you were like, tweaking.
Dude. And I'm like, dude, let's just check. It's not that big of a deal. And you're like, dude, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, all right. So we bring it back. It's like a giant sandwich. Joe opens it. Bruh, there's mayo on this. I'm like,
no, was there? No, there wasn't. There was no mayo.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was.
Bro, I remember we triple checked. That was the first time at Jimmy John's. That was the first time. No. This is the second time we had Jimmy John's. You were Jake McTweakin, dude. We were literally walking there, and then you're like, bro, like I'm so hungry, bro. It's so hot. I'm like, bro, we're almost there. Chill out. And you're like, oh my god, man, I can't bring Joe's sandwich back with mayo. It's gonna kill me, bro. He's like, Jake McTweakin. We get into the Jimmy John's. Jake literally says no mayo 3 times. Literally, like, you know, when you say, okay, at Jimmy John's, you order, and then you go sit down. Jake was literally eyes on the guy at making this up, like eyeing this guy down to make sure no mayo. He sees him make the sandwich. He sees him wrap it. He unwraps it, undoes all the sandwich parts to make sure there's no mayo, puts it all back, give it to Joe. Just like, what the hell? Who ransacked my sandwich?
Dude, I had to make sure, though.
It was like, bro, no mayo.
The first time when Joe literally just didn't touch the sandwich, he's like, I'm not eating. I don't care. I'm not going around.
I hate mayo. Bro, and I heavily respect that. Like, the fact that you went and checked that, heavily respect that. And I didn't know that you had done all that because I got the sandwich. Like, what the hell happened to this? Like, they packaged this horribly. But then I found out what you did. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Jake's looking out for your boy. So I appreciate that. But that was a funny. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I saw something from Bobby Wagner, linebacker, to Seahawks.
What do you, since we're on food and volleyball, what do you guys eat usually on a game day? Like, what's your typical game day food?
Dude, so I've experimented with a couple different things. One, like eating very light, and I end up getting lightheaded in every match that I don't eat a lot. And so I have to eat healthy, but I have to eat a lot of food, like, before matches. So usually it's like a heavy amount of like oats and fruit. Overnight oats and fruit, and then usually like a big egg scramble with like some vegetables and on top of like sweet potatoes. This is what I eat most days. Ooh. And I find that like gets me through the matches. And the other really cool thing about my club is they have like on the bench they have like all these cut up fruits, and then they have all these like snack bars and stuff for the whole match. And they have different snacks like every match, so they do a good job, and I'm always like fueled. I found out that like I have to make sure that I'm always giving myself energy, or else I'll get lightheaded for some reason in matches. So that's usually what I eat.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I haven't played. Last year, no games, obviously, because of COVID. And then the year before I was in high school. And like the club tournaments, the classic club tournament diet. You get there, 6:45, snack down a few of the chewy granola bars, go to one, and then eat a bagel and cream cheese, and then you're set.
For the whole day?
No, and then you play your like pool play, and then you'll go and you'll eat whatever they give you. But what was always fire was the spam masubi that.
Yeah.
And dude. I was like, I'd chow that down, and then I'd be like, dude, I feel like crap. But there was one time where, Bukui's mom brought KFC to a tournament.
For afterwards or before or during?
No, right before a game. And we're like, oh my god, this smells so good. So we all, our coach was like, do not eat that. It was a high school game, and Dave was like, do not eat it. And we're all like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna eat it. And we played terrible.
Dude,
But the KFC
Gage.
was so good though.
Oh, bro. Dude, Gage, you got to talk about what you eat on game days, and then you got to talk about the freaking snack tables that we had for our tents. For
Oh
our
yeah,
tournaments.
oh yeah, dude. We had all right. I'll get into what I eat first. So first things first, I didn't care what I ate on a game day. Whatever was in front of me, I would eat. I would eat cheeseburgers. I'd eat this. I wouldn't even care. It never affected me ever. Like before. Before here, I don't think I have as strong of a stomach. Like I would eat McDonald's, Costco food, then Panda Express at night, all in one day in about a 12-hour period. And just flush through me. I'm good to go. I could go play a full match. Like I said, I'd be downing huge burritos literally 45 minutes prior to match time, and I'd be 100% okay. And like, so I would literally eat anything. Obviously, they fed us at Hawaii, and then here, what we eat the morning of, I usually don't eat that much, maybe like banana or something like that, or yogurt, and then they give us potatoes, a big thing of chicken breast, and salad, and that's what we have. And cheesecake. We always have a slice of cheesecake at the end, and it's delicious, like a small slice. And that's why down on a game day. But like literally, it never really mattered. I remember on the road, me and Micah. But when I was at, but I'll get to the road, then I'll go to the club. But on the road, me and Mike would literally just be downing anything. Usually, I didn't eat anything, and then I'd take it, and then I'd play like ass the first couple matches, the first match. Then I'd take a nap. Then I'd eat something, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm good to go now. And then I'd start playing well. So food never really affected me. Until now, I guess. I'm learning multiple things, but I'm not even going to get into that. But so we had grandma. She was Jonathan Santos's grandma Fran. Rest in peace.
He's one of our teammates, Jonathan Santos.
Jonathan Santos was our teammates. And this is when we were back in club. And Grandma Fran would get there. Let's say you have your first match at 8, right? We would have to be required to get there at 7 a.m. ready to go for an hour, warm up, play burn, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. By my dad, Roger Worsley. Grandma Fran would get there at the location at 4:30 a.m. Sometimes maybe earlier, sometimes because she wanted to get that first spot. There's always that prime spot closest to the in and out of the convention center, right? With the canopies, we had 3 canopies, and I mean they put out full spread. Sometimes we had a whole hot dog, like a whole hot dog, like everything like that, chicken adobo, like constantly, like we had the best snacks. And since we were at the front, everyone had to walk by our tent. And everyone would walk by our tent and they'd just be like, oh my God. And they'd just be like drooling over our food and the smells. Like we had like
we always had barbecue.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
We were always
have like barbecues, everything. It was crazy. Like we like full breakfast, like spreads, like buffet, breakfast buffet, everything you can imagine. We had like everything, French toast, pancakes, bacon, eggs, and that we were just absolutely going to town all day. And then we'd go play, and sometimes we'd be like, oh, but we'd play really well always.
Nah, we would never like that, dude. For us.
Dude, I was. Maybe you weren't.
Like I said, I got a stomach.
Dude, I was going, oh.
I was running around like a grandpa out there, getting yelled at.
No, dude.
I just ate 3 cheeseburgers.
Dude, I couldn't eat any of it till afterwards because I'd be crapping myself and have diarrhea, and then I would have these sores on my anus. I'm not even kidding. You guys want to hear this crazy story one time? Dude, okay. So listen to this. So obviously I played on Joe's team, and we were under the pressure of like you can't, like there's no losing. Losing is never an option, right? So I always had a lot of like nervousness going into the games, and it helped me. Like I wasn't like freaking out, but it was like, so I couldn't eat the whole day. So I couldn't eat solid foods like the whole day, maybe gummy bears. So I would literally have this full spread. It's like you see in the movies, like the classic funny, like they have a full spread and they grab like a banana or something. Like same thing, I would eat these gummy snacks or maybe a smoothie throughout the whole day because I'd be so nervous I couldn't eat anything. I'd try and like put down a banana, I'd throw it back up, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, fast forward to when we were in SoCal. One time when we were in SoCal, I was crapping myself so bad. It was a 2-day tournament. On the second day, right before we were gonna face Mason Tufunga and what's his name? Davis Gillette, libero. It got so bad I got a rash in my butthole. And so what happened was I was like, Dad, like I can't move right now. Like it's really bad right there. Like I can barely walk without just like being in intense pain. He's like, oh my God. So what I would have to do is my mom gives me Neosporin. I had to run to the bathroom. I had to take swabs up and I had to put Neosporin in my you know what. And that just it wasn't that. And I went back to the court. I was like, it's not really there. 15 minutes until his first serve. They're like, okay, go to the medical tent. I went to the medical tent. I explained my situation at hand, that my anus was bleeding and I needed a special kind of lotion so I could stick it up my butt. And I still remember her face of just shock and horror as this 14-year-old kid was explaining how this stuff was going downtown. I remember she got the right lotion for me, and I remember I looked at the bathroom that was right next to the court, and it was being swamped by a bunch of people. And I'm like, oh my God. So I had to waddle all the way across. Again, 15 minutes until first serve. I had to waddle all the way across the convention center, find a bathroom with open stall, put everything up my butt. Then I was like, okay, I feel a little cool, calm breeze. I run back. I played the whole match, and it was a third set. We won like 15-13 in the third. Anyways, more of this. Exactly. That's like through adversity, we found a way. So yeah, but comment below what you guys usually eat during the matches and what you guys do usually eat during game day. Sometimes I go a little crazy here. Sometimes I go to we call stores here magazines. That's what they're called, like the small stores, and like they have a bunch of like street market stores and stuff like that here. And sometimes I go a little crazy to the protein bars, so I've been calming down on those, especially when I'm about to visit my broski in Germany over there. But this is going to be a short episode today. Jake, Jokesy, thanks for hopping on. Always a pleasure. Hopefully I come out victorious in this whole bracket, but we'll be hopping on again for the Elite Eight and who we think are going to the Final Four this upcoming weekend. If you haven't already, check out our merch. Again, the new drop came on, and links in the bio for the merch and everything like that. Volleyball.
Jake.
Yeah.
Who's your early favorite for the men's national championship?
Ooh, this is a good one. I don't know. I think BYU is gonna be really good again.
No.
I don't want them to win.
Gage, it's not you, bro. It's Jake. Let Jake talk.
I think BYU is gonna be really good. I think UC San Diego could be a sleeper, but I think Santa Barbara is gonna take it this year.
Santa Barbara, who do they have?
Joe, shut up. This is Jake's. Jesus.
No, I'm asking.
I honestly have no idea, but they've been good the past few years. They've been getting better and better. And sorry, guys, Hawaii is not going to be as good as they were last year. And
Hawaii's probably going to be better than Santa Barbara.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not even involved.
Gage, do you know that, Gage? For sure.
I do know.
You know that?
I've crunched. I actually
know
know that. I know that. I know that for a fact.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything. But Santa Barbara is going to be good. Hawaii will be good. I have no idea about Long Beach. And UCLA might contend this year. But knowing UCLA, probably not.
Do you want me to name who the favorite's going to be?
Yeah.
UCLA, I heard, is supposed to be, according to Mac May.
According to Mac May, they're taking it all. I don't know, though. I don't know enough about it right now. But I think San Diego is going to be good this year. I don't think they're going to win it all, but I think they're going to be really good.
Okay. This is how it's going down here. Because I have inside sources. Just kidding, I don't have inside sources, but I just know because I played them. Long Beach will be the favorite. They got a Bulgarian. I'm not even kidding. Freshman Bulgarian. He'll be player of the year one of these years. Very, very, very good. Spencer Olivier, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They got plenty of good players. Okay, they're going to be the favorites. Then also you have the sleeper, San Diego. I agree with you on that one. Santa Barbara will be about third or fourth along with Hawaii in the Big West. When it comes to the NBSF, top teams out of there are going to be Pepperdine and then UCLA. But I still think Long Beach are going to be ahead of those. And then don't forget about the East Coast. Penn State is a sleeper, but they won't be a sleeper as soon as the season starts because they're going to be beating everyone. And they'll return everybody from last year that they had in, I think they made the final, no, they made the Sweet Six, or I don't know, the Final Five. I don't know what it's called.
Fab Five. If it's anything, it's the Fab Five.
Yeah, exactly. No, the Final Five.
The Final Six. You can't have 5 teams, Final 5 teams. You have to have an even number.
No, dude, because it's 6. Think about it. No. No, it is.
The six, bro.
No. Dude,
6.
It was. Dude.
It has to be 6.
Yeah, because 2 people get a first round bye.
6 teams make it either in the 6.
You're right.
Or
you're right. You right, Blair. Anyway, so that's who they got, and I think that I'm gonna state it final. And that's just how it's going down. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Insider.
Exactly.
Gauge bombs.
Gauge bombs. A Worsley. No, there's nothing to it. All right. Anyways, thanks for hopping on, boys. It's getting late here. You know what happens when it gets late. Gage is real weird as soon as he starts opening his mouth. Just remember, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the damn kitchen. That's been another episode presented by IYCHTH.